has not deterred the hardy fans here at Highmark Stadium just outside of Buffalo. Today, a good matchup here in the AFC. It's the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills.
And now, your five-time defending AFC East champion, Buffalo Bills.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. The veteran Matt Prater has this one set to get started. Off we go from a snowy Orchard Park. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They're led out by the former Missouri Tiger, who is their rookie quarterback.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
Right to the air to open this one up. Taken down inside the opponent's 35. A big play right out of the gate on the first play. 39 yards.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
It all starts with the protection. There's just no pressure at all. Nothing in his face, nothing at the feet of the quarterback. When you allow him to comfortably stand there and go through his progressions, you just got no shot.
Taylor, the tight end, is in motion. They'll run here. It's Breece Hall. Finding room to the 20. And they'll move it down to the 11-yard line. He's out of bounds there. A gain there of 21. Good for a Jets first down.
I think it's clear this is something this offense wants to major in. The ability to run the ball effectively against this big gain. You have to imagine they're going to come back to it and dare him to stop it.
On first down, they go right back to Hall. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
They'll try to run it with Hall. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Breece Hall, touchdown Jets.
You know, it's funny, Mike. I think in conditions like this, when you play games in these elements, everyone assumes it puts a lot of pressure on the offense, and it's actually the contrary. The offense knows where they're going. They can collect their feet, they can collect their way, but it's the defense that is more of a reactive state. And those are the guys that have a hard time keeping their footing. You see them slipping and falling. So early offensive success doesn't really surprise me. And now they have the ability to play from a lead.
His kick is good. Makes the score Jets 7, Bills nothing.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. To return, here's Ray Davis. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bills offense are heading out, and they are led by the MVP of the National Football League, 29-year-old quarterback Josh Allen in the prime of his career.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But What really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense, and when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike, and that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
On second down, here's Allen. Finding space at the 40. Up at the 44-yard line. That'll be a gain of 20, much of it coming after the catch as they pick up the first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it, but he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
We don't give these big guys enough credit, Mike, just how fast these defensive tackles really are. Here he uses his speed to break through, take the back down for a loss.
To the air. On second down, here's Allen. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass.
12 yards to go.
Third down coming up.
And this is where the timing of these passing game, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of it. I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
To return is Williams. He cannot get away. Great job to hold him to a short return. The Jets offense ready to see the football for the second time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Here to begin the drive. Forced out left. And he'll slide to a halt after picking up about 6.
A 6-yard pickup.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush. And that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on first down.
On second down, a run with Hall. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up third down.
It's going to be third. They need 1. They'll go with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down. So, on fourth down, Austin McNamara is going to come in here to punt. Deep to return, Khalil Shakir. A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Bills offense ready for their second possession. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
He's brought down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
It is 2nd and 9. In motion, Shakir. From the gun, Josh Allen. Not quite on target. And too much. That one falls incomplete.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide-angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Allen. That is caught. Hooks gets the grab. 20 yards on that pass play. Good for a Bills first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
If you're going to give him this much time to scan the field, he's inevitably going to find an open man downfield like he does here. That's a great job remaining patient and letting that play develop.
And he does not want to go down. Somehow he turned that into a gain of 6. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Allen gonna make the read and hold on here. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
Gain on the play. That's good for a Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Gonna give it to Cook. Good running inside the 25. And he will score! James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him. And that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. Through the snowflakes, this one good. And the Bills will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. On the return, here comes Wanwu. Whoa! Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And he'll get ahead for a couple as the flurries continue to fall.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Another run here with Hall. And he'll be brought down, but what a run. Down to the 40.
26 yards.
That one good for 26 yards.
First down. A gain of 26 yards.
We had a feeling coming into the game that they were going to get this guy plenty of touches, and you can see from this early success why. The defense is going to have to make some adjustments here because they have had no answers thus far.
They'll go again with Hall. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From the 31, here comes a 2nd and a yard. Handoff, here comes Hall. Crazy. Good blocking to the 15. And he'll take this one in. Reese Hall. Touchdown, Jets. That's 2 touchdowns for him now in this first quarter alone. Give him a 2nd touchdown on this one. What an opening quarter, Greg. 2 rushing touchdowns in the first.
Well, Mike, we kind of had a feeling this might be the case. They told us all week how important it was to get this guy involved early and often, and boy, have they ever. He has made his presence felt here early in this one.
Folk now for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Jets will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Bills 7.
After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start on the ground. And tough for defenders as well to get leverage and get their hands on it. Taken down after a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the gun, it's Allen. Complete right side to Kincaid. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Allen to his tight end, Kincaid. And the Bills have a first down.
47-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
I'm not sure how many guys grow up wanting to be an NFL fullback, Mike. They don't get the ball a ton. They're used to do all the dirty work. But in this case, this guy's showing off. Hey, coach, you get the ball in my hands. I can do some things.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Allen going to keep it on his own read. Oh, and he takes a really good lick in the backfield. They were all over him defensively for that run.
So it's just a simple read, but it's really well defended. They had both the give and the pull reads both accounted for, and the play ends up going nowhere.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the gun, here is Allen. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
A 6-yard
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. He'll punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And a pretty good punt there. Fair catch, taken right around the 11-yard line. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. And he has been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we're going to see much more of him as this game goes on. Davis. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7. They put Woods in motion. Again, here's Hall. He is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. Moving to his left.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for the Jets. 1st down.
This just kills you as a defensive coordinator. Here you are thinking you're going to get a 3-and-out, get off the field, pick up some momentum for your team, and you allow the quarterback to get loose with his legs, and he's able to pick up just enough on 3rd down to convert, and now you got to go back out and defend a fresh set of downs.
On the give, it's Hall. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So after 1, 14-7 is our score. More after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets have it here to start quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 8 coming up. Now this time they'll look to throw. Now Cook loses the football. The Bills signal that they have it, and they do.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
The Bills offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Cook. And he will get into the end zone. James Cook you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
Now Prater to tack on the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. Jeremy Ruckert was the intended target.
It's now 2nd and 10.
And that will lead to a second down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Pass caught. It's John Mechie. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the 1st down.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Jets have a 1st down.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Jets, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
You can see the trust they have in this running back and the offensive line. You're facing a 3 and out. You're trying to extend this drive, turn around, hand it to the guy behind you, and let him do the rest.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight, but nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
It's one of those things that rookie quarterbacks just really struggle with early on in the NFL. If you just stare down your primary read, you're going to get yourself into a lot of trouble. So continue to work through your progressions, take what's there, find the open receiver, and with more reps, this is something that you have to imagine he's going to really improve at.
Knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
Yeah, I think he got away with one there, Mike. I thought with the way the defender had him covered, I was actually surprised he didn't move off to his next progression. He threw that into some really tight coverage, and he's lucky that ball wasn't picked.
And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. In motion goes Cooks. To throw on 1st and 10, Allen.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run the toss with Cook. Whoa! And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. 17 yards, the gain there. First down, Buffalo.
First down.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
Now a design run. It's Allen, and he'll get about 4 yards before wisely covering up.
2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. A design run here for Allen, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Here's Allen to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for Buffalo. Taken at the 19. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Jets offense starting to trot out for this next possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run.
Now Cook loses the football. The Bills signal that they have it, and they do.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit. And that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Allen. And that'll be in and out of his hands. It's incomplete.
And that should have been a big one. There's no excuse to drop a ball like that. A sure-handed receiver that's this good. I'm not sure if he just didn't track it. I'm not sure if he lost sight of it for a split second, but you get open downfield at this level, that's got to be a big play.
Now Allen to throw on 2nd down. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
To the air on third down, here's Allen. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete on third down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Bills move out in front. The new score, 17-14.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So Prater now, after the made field goal, back out to kick off. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Jets offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike, and it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. That's Greg Russo in there for the sack.
Well, as they face this possible 3 and out following that second down sack, now if you're the quarterback, you've got to be thinking, get the ball out of my hand, find a matchup I like downfield, and try to push this ball past the sticks and keep this drive alive.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Trying to set up the screen, but it is not there. He just had to spike it. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That has to be a disappointing end to this drive. Just think, when they took the field on this possession, Mike, they're thinking they got a shot to go down there and take the lead, but they couldn't even get to midfield, let alone the end zone. If they end up getting another shot before halftime, they've got to find a way to have better execution than they did right here.
So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
On the handoff, this is Cook, and not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
That's a heck of a stop there defensively, Mike. 2nd and inches, you're thinking the 1st down is pretty much a formality, but not for this defense. They pack it in tight, they sell out on the run, and they're going to force this team to snap it again on 3rd down.
They'll try to sneak it here. And he's going to have a Bills first down. Maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On the carry, it's Cook. And it takes a little bit of snow to make things slippery out here. He'll get forward for only a yard.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 9. So now they'll throw it with Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. He'll air one out for Palmer. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
4th down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
On comes the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Take it in, back at his own 12. And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. The Jets offense headed back to take over once more. It's 1st down, and it's Hall. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning 1st and 2nd down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in 3rd and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on 1st down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on 2nd down. But now after taking a loss on 1st and 2nd, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on 3rd down. We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
On now comes the punt team for the Jets. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. And he's been a tough man to stop in this 1st half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. First and 10 now from the 36. To throw is Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. Greg and I back in Buffalo after this. Now a 3rd and 2. We'll try and run here with Cook. And he's going to have a Bills first down. They're able to convert by plenty on 3rd and 1.
What a luxury, Mike, right? I mean, to have a guy like this that you know when you need these tough yards, you can just turn around, hand them the ball, and let him go get it. He's had some success already here in the first half, and that's a nice run to keep this drive going.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. Once again, it's Cook. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun, throw here for Allen. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bills going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Davis now to return, and their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Jets offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. Give up the middle with Hall. And he'll manage to get to the 33. That is Deion Walker in there on the stop. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 33 seconds to go until halftime. Second down, they need 7. They'll keep it on the ground here again. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their second as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
This is 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Open man is Mechie. He's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Headed left, buying time. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Back to the air again on second and 10. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball, and while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from side.
And he'll be taken down. They've got him back at the 50-yard line.
The quarterback sacked.
Halftime coming up. We'll get you now to Scott Hansen, our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen in Orlando, where it almost never snows. These two teams dealing with a light dusting, and that's expected to go on into the second half. Who handles it better? Let's go back out to the stadium and check in with our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Snow continuing to fall as we get set for the second half. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Johnson now to return. Solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Bills offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on first and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. He's got a man downfield. It's Shakir. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Allen going to give it to Cook. And he'll try to drive forward. Not a bad gain in these conditions. We'll give him about 5 yards.
It's a gain of 5.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They bring the tight end in motion. On second down, Cook. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Third, they need 8. From the gun, it's Allen. And this ball incomplete on third down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
The Bills bringing on the punt team, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. That one hits at the 3, but goes in the wrong direction for the punter. It turns out to be a touchback. The Jets offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. To throw here to begin the drive. To the left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 3. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And he's going to get this up near the first down marker. Tackle made at the 29-yard line.
Brings up 3rd and
1. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Paul. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
We're about ready now for the punt. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Shakir to return. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Bills offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
At the 45-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 3. A run out of the gun with Cook. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
3rd and 2. Now Allen. And that is incomplete.
Oh, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
The Bills bringing on their punting unit. And that's a thing of beauty. Out of bounds at the 6-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. Now he takes off.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
Second and inches. One of the tight ends motions right. A run here with Hall. And he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot, but it's going to be enough to move the chains.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had third and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
On first down, they go right back to Hall. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
He'll go again with Hall. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. T.J. Sanders there to make the play.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. Good for a Jets first down.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. And it takes a little bit of snow to make things slippery out here. He'll get forward for only a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Now this time they'll look to throw. He completes this one to Mechie. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
That's another.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Here's Hall. And he'll get forward to about the 42. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle.
At the 42-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
They'll empty out the backfield, line up for 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. He gets this complete to Mitchell. He's going to have enough for a first down. He's out of bounds after a gain of 5.
And the Jets.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Cook on the keeper. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Bills' 32-yard line.
From From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6. They put Woods in motion. They will run it over center with Hall. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. A gain there of 16 yards. And the Jets have a first down.
First down. First and 10.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for. In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense. This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but you can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Even when it seems like they're putting a nice drive together, Mike, they just can't seem to escape this pass rush. It has been relentless all game long, and they get him here again.
Nick Folk now on with the field goal unit. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. Through the falling snow, the kick is good. And the Jets will cut the lead from 6 down to 3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So Nick Folk back out after the made field goal. He'll boot this one away. Johnson now to return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Bills offense ready to get back at it. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Allen going to keep it on the zone read.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. They run out of the gun. It's Cook. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. From the gun, here is Allen. on the pickup. Good for a Bills first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Bills first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
Now, after the play, it looks like we have an injured Jet on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 5. He'll run the draw with Cook, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Jamian Sherwood on the tackle. A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now Allen. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Adams. And the Jets will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
Just a brutal mistake there, Mike. I mean, they have a chance to put a late scoring drive together and increase their lead. But now with that interception, all the momentum shifts to their opponents, and now they got to rely on their defense to hopefully get a stop and get them the ball back.
The Jets offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. He'll start this drive by keeping it himself. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense. And I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
The motion man here is Mitchell. They give to Hall. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was 3rd down.
That penalty is declined.
On comes the punt team now for the Jets. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. The Bills offense make their way out to take over once more. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. on the zone read. A handoff here to Cook. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
I know it's easy from up in the booth, Mike, but I think that's one of those zone reads where the quarterback needs to pull it and keep it himself. The defense was clearly keyed on the running back. Not much room in there. No gain.
Now Allen to throw on second down. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
On third down, it's Allen. He gets this complete to Shakir. They picked up 17 through the air. First down, Buffalo.
And the Bills, first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
It takes a little bit of snow to make things slippery out here. He'll get forward for only a yard.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 9.
Here now, second and 9 from the 39-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Third down and 9. That's Palmer, the man in motion. To the air on third down, here's Allen. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
Ball security a must in these conditions. Fair catch called for and taken without issue. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. Right away, they'll set up to throw. This one caught by Mechie. And he'll be out of bounds here, and it's only a gain of a yard.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Taylor, the tight end, is in motion. He'll look to throw. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
3-yard pickup, and it's third down.
Here comes 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Like, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
the punting unit will come up.
Formation for the Jets.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football.
At their own 46-yard line.
Ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
In motion goes Cooks. Once again, it's Cook, and he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
At the 44-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll try to sneak it here, and he's going to have a Bills first down. Maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Allen will give this to Davis. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Bills first down.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
And it takes a little bit of snow to make things slippery out here. He'll get forward for only a yard.
On the stop. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Jets' 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 9. So now they'll throw it with Allen. He'll drop this underneath to Cook. And nice there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit, and give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
They'll go with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
I think the decision of whether or not you kick the field goal or keep your offense on the field, Mike, comes down to, do you have a play on your call sheet you love? Do you have a critical down, 4th down play that you know is going to work? Because if you do, now's the time to dial it up, be aggressive, and extend this drive.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their 4th quarter lead. So Prater now, after the made field goal, back out to kick off. The return, here comes Davis. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jets offense ready to take over possession of the football. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He's got the big rookie out of LSU, Mason Taylor. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In fourth quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards.
It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Jets first down.
A gain of 12.
And what a start to this drive. A little bit of everything. First, you get the explosive pass to start it out, and then you follow it up on the ground, picking up good yardage. The ability to weave back and forth as a play caller, it just puts so much pressure on the defense.
Another run here with Hall. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
4 yards on the pickup.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. 2nd and 6 coming up. They'll drop to throw. Throw right side, pulled in by Mitchell.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Taylor, the tight end, is in motion. Hall. And he'll get about 5.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here comes 2nd down. They'll run it with Hall. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
The Buffalo crowd being heard before 3rd down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And the Jets are going to be set up with 1st and goal. He is down at the 6.
First down. 1st and goal, New York.
They'll run. It's Hall. And this is going to be a touchdown. A game-tying TD here in the final minute.
Well, there's still some time remaining, but what a sequence of events here, Mike. I mean, late in the game, they get the touchdown that they needed to tie it, and now they can take the lead with the extra point.
So, not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. A critical extra point is up and good. They have taken a 1-point lead here in the late stages of this one. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. This is 1st and 10. A run with Cook. And he'll get ahead for a couple as the flurries continue to fall. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one.
At the 30-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. They tackle him at the 38, but that run is good enough to pick up the 1st down. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're 2nd. They get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in the 4th. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. Now a design run, it's Allen, and he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Trying to catch the defense off guard with this designed quarterback run. Doesn't go down for a sack, but either way, defense was ready for it, able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
Now on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Allen. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Results in a 4th
I just
down.
don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in.
That's interference.
That might
Defense.
make this a 1st down. They go play action now. Here's Allen. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their 2nd, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. So a big kick coming for the veteran Matt Prater. This to win the game. Got the distance, and it's good. He knocks it through from long range. And that very likely will be a game winner. Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. And he will sit on it here in the end zone for a touchback.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. He airs this one out looking for Mechie. That is hot. And he'll be taken down, and that is going to do it. Oh, the comeback falls short. Time runs out. This game is over. So the Bills Mafia goes home happy. It's a win for Buffalo. This one went all the way down to the wire. The late field goal with zeros on the clock seals the deal. As they come from behind, they may feel like they stole this one. They get the victory on the game's final play. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.